Baik ya, saya ulang lagi ya. Kayaknya belum kompak ini. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ya, sehat semua ya kawan-kawan 2019 ya.
Alhamdulillah, Pak.
Alhamdulillah.
Ya,
Alhamdulillah.
saya hari ini sangat bersyukur bisa bersama kalian di semester 3 setelah hampir setahun ya tidak ada kesempatan untuk mengajar di 2019. Baik, bisa kita mulai kira-kira teman sekalian atau masih menunggu yang lain? Kita mulai dulu.
Boleh Pak. Kita mulai dulu aja.
Boleh, Pak, boleh.
Oke ya. Baik. Okay, dear brothers and sisters, thank you very much for your time today. Yeah, I'm very honored to be back to your virtual class. So here I would like to share with you, first of all, my class appearance. I think you have already seen in my slide there that my class has been well prepared. Maybe Sister Elvina, you can just open your my class. Yeah, I have set my class since 1 p.m. Today until 3rd of January 2021. Yeah, so if you see my class there, yeah, sisters and brothers, I have set there my class in very quick time actually, so not very perfect, but hopefully it can make you easily understand what we are going to learn today. Okay, if you have opened your my class, in the same time you're listening to my presentations, I'm going to a little bit discuss with you about the content of my class. Yeah, so for your personal understanding and the sequence of the class. Okay, sisters and brothers, can we start now? Okay, we can start. So this is the subject of applied macroeconomics and practical application of macroeconomics. So I may say this course to be the advanced macroeconomics because previously you have conducted introduction to macroeconomics and microeconomic 1. So this is basically the continuation of the previous courses that you had already done in the previous semesters. Okay, if you see in the my class, I have already invited all of you, yeah, so you can open personally, yeah, in the my class. You can see, sisters, here that this my class is available 14 September 2020 at 1 p.m. Yeah, 10 minutes ago until 3rd January 2020 11:55 p.m. It does mean that you can access this my class within this period of time. After that, the my class will disappear from your account. Yeah. Okay, this is the introduction of the my class. Yeah, welcome to the applied macroeconomics and practical application of macroeconomic IPF. Course code AK 200303 and AK 21 to 10334. So it means that you have two courses in the same time, applied theory and also the practical applications, practicum. Yeah. And then here is myself. I think you have already known personally. Yeah, I have already put here my emails. Yeah, also my mobile number in case you need to personally contact and communicate and discuss with us. Okay, next one. I just a little bit read and you can ask subsequently. Course synopsis. The course begins with the advanced concept in macroeconomics, followed by discussion on various issues. What are the issues? Later on, we will show you. The course objective. The objective of this course are to introduce two things. The first, the macroeconomics concepts, measurements, and advanced macroeconomic models. And second one is how to analyze the current issues and problems in macroeconomic. So we want to relate later on this concept with the existing issues and applications. You may post your personal experience and understanding about the macroeconomic issues, such as recessions that we are now happening in Indonesian economy. You can relate on that. The learning outcomes. Upon completion of this course, students should be able, you are expected to be able to, one, demonstrate the understanding of advanced macroeconomic concepts from conventional input by Islamic values. Second one, apply the semi-high level of macroeconomic concepts in analyzing current issues. So we are going to put some policy responses, not only just understanding the issue, but how you respond and you put your personal understanding in sharing the solution pertaining that particular issue. The third one, sisters and brothers, evaluate macroeconomic policies and offer proportional solutions to macroeconomic problems. Yeah, this is the third learning outcome. And the next one, transferable skills. This course mainly depends on the face-to-face teaching, either online or offline, and assignments on problem solving. In each topic, current economic issues will be highlighted and linked to the theory. In addition, students are required to form groups, if necessary, to discuss and analyze short problems throughout the semesters. Yeah, so we will depend on flexible discussions and interaction during the semester. Assessment methods. How we evaluate your academic performances. There are two evaluation assessments that will be conducted during the programs. The first, test competency 4 times, and each test competency will be marked on 15%. So we have 60% for the test competency 4 times. The second one is quizzes 12 times, and each quiz will weight around 2%. The third is attendance. I will show you how we value your attendance. Yeah, 6%. And the fourth one is the case study assignments. One times, or with, let me see here, around 10%. So overall, we will have 100%. The next one, teaching, learning, and assessment strategy. Yeah, direct discussions, group discussions, take-home assignments, and examinations. Yeah, as mentioned previously in terms of assessment methods. The next one is the mode of delivery. This course is designed for the second year students of economics departments. As such, its goal is to provide advanced knowledge and of the principles of governing the behavior of economic agents and their application in the analysis of economic issues and solving problems. Yeah, this will be highlighted on the knowledge on macroeconomic issues and behavior. This is the competency map. I think you can read by your own what we are going to have in the end of the study. Yeah, I have already made some map competency. Yeah, and here I have put 9 objectives. Yeah, what the goals of this course. Yeah, we have already put into 9: knowledge, practical skills, social skills and responsibilities, values, attitude, yeah, professionals, communications, problem solving and scientific skills, information management and lifelong learning, managerial and entrepreneurship, and leadership and team skills. So those objectives will be gradually input into your courses. Okay, before we continue, any other discussions or you have any questions, sisters and brothers, please. Ada pertanyaan, silakan. Safira, you have any questions, Safira?
Have no.
Okay, no question so far. Okay, I can continue, yeah, because we still have many activities here. Next, sisters, important announcements. Yeah. By the way, Safira, can you open your My Class, by the way, for this course?
Can. Yes, I can.
Okay. So we are in the same situation, so you can see what I can see. The next one, the class schedules. So this class schedule is by today on every Monday, 1:10 until 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah. And the next one is the course schedule. Here is the class activities. As I mentioned before, Fira and friends, that we will try to combine with applied macroeconomics and practical applications. So in the same time, you will conducting two activities. Yeah, practical theory and practical, like that. They will be dynamically conducted over the class. So we have 16 times meeting here, yeah, according to the university policies. So the first one, I'm going to discuss with you the sign of macroeconomic. Just a little bit introduce you and remind you about the previous activities on the macroeconomics issues. And the practical one, I will show you the circular flow economic concepts. Yeah. The second meeting, data and macroeconomics. And the practical is calculating GDP and unemployment. So we go into details on the practical aspects, sisters and brothers, not only just understanding the theory, yeah, but how you calculate, how you compute, how you count that particular variables, so that you can identify and analyze later on by using that variables. Yeah. And the third one is national income, where it comes from and where it goes. Calculation on the 2, 3, and 4 sectors. Very applicable, very applicative. And the fourth one is test competency 1. Yeah. The fifth, money and inflation. Calculation inflation by using CPI, customer price index. Yeah, I will show you in the Excel sheet. The sixth one is the open economy, exchange rate and trade relationship. And the seventh one, economic growth, 1 and 2. And we try to look for the optimal growth. Yeah. And the eighth meeting will be test competency 2. And the 9, introduction to economic fluctuations, understanding business cycles. So these activities will be quite linear with our situation today about the recessions. Yeah. Fluctuation economy. And the 10th one, aggregate demand 1 and 2, application of aggregate demand in open economy, aggregate supply, application of aggregate supply in open economy. And the 12th meeting will be the test competency 3. Yeah. And the 13th meeting, stabilization policy, calculating the stabilization period. The 14th meeting, government debt, calculating the optimal debt. And the 15th meeting, advance in business cycle theory, calculating the trend and cycles. And the last one, it will be test competency 4. So those are the activities that we are going to go and do, sisters and brothers, over the semesters. So you will know since now what you're going to learn, yeah, over the semesters. And the next one is the attendance. Okay, sisters and brothers, could you just follow myself, yeah, to mark your attendance? Yeah, how you mark your attendance by using online schemes. Okay, follow the steps. Okay, every single of you can open your laptop or handphone. Please click this attendance. Yeah, so we'll conduct it every week. Otherwise, there is no mark for you for the attendance. Yeah. Okay, if you have already opened, click the attendance system brothers, by the way, yeah. You see here, system brothers, I have make here, yeah, the period of attendance list. So you only or merely mark your attendance since 1:10 p.m. until 3 p.m. every week. If you go beyond or before this interval period, you cannot be able to mark your attendance. Yeah. So now you can just click there. Yeah. This is the attendance period. For example, now we have Monday, 14th of September, 1:10 and 3 p.m. all students. So you can just please click. I think you can open there in your systems. Okay, let me just switch my role as a student. So now I am yours. Okay, here I just click the attendance just now. Okay, attendance. Oh, nggak ada ya? Attendance-nya nggak bisa ya?
Iya, Pak. Nggak ada.
Okay, sorry.
Dicari nggak ada.
Okay, sorry. I have to reset again. Okay, doesn't matter, sisters. Okay, I will show you after the class. Yeah, doesn't matter. You can see through my slide first before we start. Okay. This one doesn't matter if you cannot see this attendance. Doesn't matter. Okay, the next one, sisters, we will start with the first class. Any questions, sisters, before we continue, please? Ada pertanyaan?
So far, no question, sir.
Okay, before we start the class, I will give you under 5 minutes, sisters and brothers. Saya kasih waktu ada 5 menit, mungkin untuk melihat yang sudah saya tampilkan sebelumnya. Coba Anda go through lagi, Anda coba scrolling up lagi dari bagian awal ya hingga bagian akhir, hingga bagian yang sebelum kelas meeting. Pak, Anda pelajari lagi sambil lalu saya men-settlekan attendance. Ya. 5 menit dari sekarang Anda sekarang dibaca lagi. Lalu saya men-settlekan attendance.
Sir, I want to ask.
Yes, please.
Apa namanya? Berarti setiap kelas we must to click attendance and then ngisi di situ apa gimana?
Yeah, I will inform you once the attendance list has been settled. So now I'm resetting the attendance, so you can see that your attendance. Yeah, please just give me another 5 minutes, and in the 5 minutes you can just go through first what we have already discussed before. Ya, sementara itu dulu. Saya akan setelkan dulu. Nanti saya akan jelaskan. Ya, sebentar.
Maaf, Pak. Pak Dimas.
Pak, maaf.
Oke, gimana Mbak? Gimana?
Course schedule juga tadi belum ada, Pak.
Iya, sebentar. Makanya saya setting lagi. Mbak, saya beri waktu, saya minta waktu 5 menit ya. Saya kembali lagi ke Anda 5 menit lagi ya. Sambil lalu Anda membaca dulu apa yang di dalam coursework itu. Sebentar, saya set lagi. Sebentar.
Siap, terima kasih, Pak.
Baik ya. Coba dicek lagi apakah sudah bisa. Oke, kalau belum bisa, kita lanjut dulu, enggak masalah ya. Nanti kita sambil lalu ya, teman-teman ya. Kita lanjut dulu aja. Oke, before we start, could you please just move to the first meeting, sisters? Okay, I will show you the first meeting. Okay, you can go to the first meeting, sisters and brothers. See there in the first meeting, you can see that this is the graph of the signal flow diagram. Yeah, and then in the first meeting, you can see also the pre-test class meeting 1. Can you see that, sisters and brothers? Pre-test class. Ada di sana?
Yes, sir.
Tampak, Mbak Kira?
Ada, Pak.
Ada ya?
Ada, Sir.
Okay. If you can find this pre-test class meeting 1, I just want to know your understanding before we start the class on the macroeconomics concept in general. Boleh diklik, Mbak dan Mas. Kita akan bermain Kahoot sebentar. Silakan, Anda buka di sana, klik sekali. Oke, sudah ada yang bisa ya, sudah ada yang bunyi itu. Ya. Anda buka di sana pre-test class meeting 1. Okay. I'm also opening now. Okay, here's that you find in your screen, sisters and brothers, by the way. Okay, if you have already found this one, please just type your names, your names, your full name or your surname in the Kahoots, and you can start by now once you have already ready. So we have 15 questions, yeah, in Bahasa Indonesia, and please just click here your names, Rifki and friends, and okay and go, and then let the Kahoot games playing until finish. I will show you in the end the results. Okay, please, you can start now, by the way. Okay, finish everybody, or anybody still not finished? Selesai semua?
Finisher.
Finisher.
Okay, we have 15 players in my databases, and in the group we have around 16 players. Here we have 18 minus 1, we have 17, and we still have here in my report 14. So it means that 3 left. Ada yang belum? Siapa yang belum?
Saya, Pak. Saya belum, Pak.
Ah, kan ada yang belum ya. Saya bisa melihat di sini ya. Silakan, lanjutkan. Okay, we can start again once 17 finish, because you can open together what your results.
Finisher.
Three participants did not finish. El Nabila, Nana, and Burhan. Nabila, Nana, and Burhan, have you finished?
I can find it.
Yes, sir. I have finished.
Oke. Ada yang belum? Oke ya, kalau belum, oke kita mulai aja. Okay, I can show you the result. Okay, we have 14 players who have finished, and 2 did not finish. Here, brother Burhan and Nana, not yet finished. Okay, I will show you the result.
Nana finisher.
Okay, I will show you then.
Alvina finish.
Okay, here's your result, sisters and brothers. The highest is Dimas Sagita. Dimas, congratulations Dimas. Yeah. Second one, Sister Nabila, Fira, Sena, Safira, Arik, Astin, Prasasti, Rifki, Rifki 8 ya. Dinda 9. I don't know. What's it? Hi, anybody here? Should be the real name. Arin, Nana, yeah, Salsabila, and Burhan, the last one. So from this one, we can see that some of you, alhamdulillah, have already understood the macroeconomic concept in general. Yeah. And from this one, for example, I can open this one, Dimas. What part that you wrong? Oh, Dimas wrongly answered the 7 and 8 questions. Sorry, number 10. 10 is incorrect. Yeah. Okay. We will, inshallah, conducting this kind of Kahoot game, System Brothers, frequently. Yeah, almost every meeting. So you can enjoy the sessions. Yeah. Okay, any other question before we start? This is just introductions before we start into the discussions. Okay, if there is no any questions, I can start the material. I don't know what happened in my class. You cannot open the slide and others. I have already uploaded the books, but you cannot see. I will settle later. Let's do this. Okay, I will show you then the first material. On macroeconomics chapters. Okay, I will show you. I will share to you this one. Yeah, to you, System Brothers. No need to purchase this book. Yeah, no need to print this book. I will just share for you the soft copy, the book, and this book will be used throughout the semesters. Yeah, and this book also provide you the slides. Yeah, and also some exercises. Yeah. Okay, we start with the first meeting on the first slide. Macroeconomic issue. Okay, I will show you first here. Okay, this one. Okay, this one. Okay, you can see. Okay, learning objective. Yeah, hopefully you can understand the issues in macroeconomic study, the tools, and also some important concept in macroeconomic analysis. Okay, sisters and brothers, I think you see this slide. There are some important issues in macroeconomics, and I think you are feeling on this as well. Why does the cost of living keep rising? Why are millions of people unemployed even when the economy is booming? And why are these recessions? Can the government do anything to combat recessions? Okay, the first question perhaps I want to ask some understanding from you. Rifki, are you there, Rifki? Rifki, are you there? Could you please answer the first question, Rifki? Why
Yes,
does
sir.
the cost of living keep rising, Rifki?
Because the limitation for the place. Because
What the limits of place?
yeah, the limitation of the place for living, like land, makin dikit, jadinya makanya makin mahal, Pak.
So limited resources, compared to unlimited wants.
Iya, Pak, betul.
Gitu ya. Jadi adanya imbalances between the resources available and unlimited wants, not needs. Please differentiate between the need and wants. Yeah. Second question, Safira. Why are millions of people unemployed, Safira? Even when the economy is booming, booming means growing. Why it happens?
Maybe one of the factors is also human resource skill. And apa ya? Yeah, I just mentioned one factor.
Okay. Umam. Umam or sama? Umam ya? Siapa ini? Ya, Umam. Ya, Umam. Can you add the answer from Sister Safira just now? Atau Arik? Arik, mana Arik? Lama nggak dengar suara Arik nih.
Yes, sir.
Sila Arik. What do you think, Arik? Why there are so many unemployment in the society or in economy? What do you think?
Is that lapangan pekerjaan, sir?
Labor force.
Yeah, very limited.
Okay, so I think the answer is simple, sisters and brothers. Because there is no link and match between the jobs and skills. Ya, jadi pekerjaannya apa, skillnya apa, itu nggak cocok. Ya, so there is no any link and match, so that the unemployed, the employers, cannot be absorbed into the labor force. Ya, itu jawaban sederhana. The next one, why are there recessions? Why today's economy is recessions? Coba pendapatnya Burhan, dia Pak Burhan. Kenapa Burhan? Menurut Anda? Burhan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What do you think, Burhan? Why recession happens in Indonesian economy right now, or even in the world? Kenapa? Any ideas?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, doesn't matter. Dimas Sagita Putra. Kenapa Dimas? There are so many recessions in the existing economy. What is recession, Dimas?
Recession? I don't know what is recession.
Recession means the economy is slowing down.
Oh.
Yeah, economy is not growing at all. It happens, recessions, because of spending is higher compared to income. Yeah, there is no any activities, no economic activities in the economy. Yeah, so everybody here is lacking in terms of income, no jobs. Yeah, so the economy is jump into the recessions. Yeah, okay, next one. Gak apa, ini aja brainstorming aja. The next one, what is the government budget deficit? Coba, siapa? Farel, Mas Farel. Why? What is the budget deficit, Farel? Menurut Anda? What is budget deficit?
Wait up, sir.
Yeah, what is budget deficit? Deficit, what does it mean?
Budget deficit
Defisit artinya apa? Anda defisit gitu kan? Anda sering mendengar.
Anggaran.
melebihi, Pak, melebihi pendapatan gitu nggak sih?
Iya. Iya, betul ya. Ya. So budget deficit refers to the balance sheet. Ya, neraca ya, balance sheet. So the asset is lower compared to liabilities, or the spending is higher compared to income, gitu ya. Sederhana aja. Kita brainstorming sederhana. Oke. The next one. Why does the US have such a huge trade deficit? Coba, siapa ini? Mbak Nana coba. Mbak Nana, kenapa kok trade deficit happens? Menurut Anda kenapa kira-kira? Apa trade deficit, Mbak Nana?
Defisitnya tinggi.
Trade deficit. What is trade deficit? Defisit perdagangan.
Defisit perdagangan.
Neraca
perdagangan.
Apa? Ada tadi Mas apa? Arik mungkin atau siapa tadi? What is trade deficit?
Neraca perdagangan ya.
Okay, trade deficit means the export is lower compared to import. Ya, atau importnya lebih besar dibanding ekspor, atau ekspornya lebih kecil dibandingkan dengan importnya. Trade deficit. Ya, jadi ekspornya lebih kecil atau importnya lebih besar. Ya, gitu kira-kira. Terakhir, why are so many countries poor? What policy might help them grow out from poverty? Coba ini terakhir. Siapa ini? Yuni, Mbak Yuni.
Ya Pak, kenapa?
Why there are so many poor people, Mbak Yuni, in the economy? Ada ide, Mbak Yuni? Number 6. 6 questions. Sederhana jawabannya. Because of unequal distributive income. Karena tidak adanya pemerataan pendapatan. Satu yang terlalu kaya, satunya terlalu sedikit. Ya. Nah, itu kira-kira ya some issues that we will discuss ya selama 1 semester ke depan kira-kira. Oke, berikutnya. Ini the next slide ya, sister. Saya akan cepat saja ini. This is just the trend ya of the US growth domestic product GDP of Amerika Serikat ya tahun 70 sampai tahun 2000. And the growth ya is positive. Apa artinya ini? It means that the economic growth in America is growing atau ekonomi Amerika semakin baik ya karena trennya positif. Ya, gross domestic product. Produk domestik bruto atau pendapatan nasional. Nah, ini berikutnya. This is just the graphs ya that shows you ya the growth of USA from 1970 until 2000. Ini situasi yang recession di sini. Jadi recession means the economic is jumping down. Ya, and growing up again, and here ya ada teluk cekupan di sini kecil, turun, naik ke atas, turun lagi, ke atas lagi. Artinya kalau recession berarti apa? Ekonomi sedang turun ke bawah. Kalau growth berarti dia ke atas. Ya, nah ini secara umum dulu. Sehingga why you learn economics ya? Anda ingin belajar tentang employment and social problems. Ya, ini adalah kasus yang tadi di Amerika Serikat teman sekalian. Ya, is 1 point increase in the unemployed rate in associated with apa? Ini. Jadi banyak masalah yang terjadi karena faktor pengangguran and social problems. Mengapa kemudian Anda harus belajar macroeconomics? Suicide, apa artinya ini? Bunuh diri ya, suicide. Homicide, ya. Mental institutions, ya, prison. Ini ya. Lalu juga homeless. Jadi artinya apa? Macroeconomic is very important because of so many problems that could be created due to the policy failure. Kalau Anda gagal sebagai policy maker, maka dampaknya akan menjadi seperti ini. Banyak pengangguran dan banyak masalah sosial. Yang kedua adalah macroeconomics affect your well-being. Jadi Anda sekarang terdampak dari adanya kebijakan ekonomi makro pemerintah. Ya kan? Adanya PSBB saat ini, itulah kebijakan makro. Ya, akhirnya apa akibatnya? Orang tidak bisa bekerja, tidak ada pendapatan, akhirnya kita terdampak secara ekonomi. Ya, ini nyata. Nah, ini adalah grafiknya teman sekalian. Growth of inflation and change in unemployment rate. Jadi yang warna merah adalah pengangguran, yang warna biru adalah inflasi. Kalau Anda perhatikan hubungannya kira-kira apa ya? Terbalik ya. Terbalik. Kalau yang merahnya itu naik, yang biru turun. Dan sebaliknya. Apa artinya? It means that if the rate of inflation decreases, so the unemployment rate will be increasing. Jadi kalau seandainya pengangguran inflasinya turun, angka penganggurannya juga akan turun. Ya, artinya orang yang bekerja semakin banyak dan sebaliknya. Jadi inflasi itu penting mempengaruhi pengangguran. Ya. Nah, ini suku bunga, nanti kita akan lihat dampaknya. Terakhir adalah macroeconomic effects, policy, politik, and current effect. Jadi kalau seandainya ada goncangan makro, misalkan sekarang kalau Anda perhatikan, mungkin Vira mengingat China's economy is going down sekarang. So it will affect Indonesian economy. Mengapa? Karena Indonesian economy sangat dekat hubungannya dengan perdagangan dengan Cina. Nah, sehingga politik itu akan dipengaruhi dan mempengaruhi makro. Ini contohnya, teman sekalian. Ini data dari Amerika Serikat, ya. Inflation and unemployment pada masa pemilu, ya. Jadi seandainya ini penganggurannya semakin rendah, ya, maka inflasinya semakin rendah, ya. Dan biasanya, ya, kalau Anda lihat di sini karakteristik dari politik Amerika, ya, maka politik yang dilandasi dengan kebijakan Demokrat, ya, itu selalunya dia menekankan pada aspek, ya, inflasi yang tinggi. Ya, inflasinya selalu tinggi dia. Tapi kalau seandainya yang R, dia unemployment-nya yang tinggi. Jadi selalunya apa ya? Ada sebuah dinamik di sini. Artinya ekonomi makro itu akan berhubungan dengan politik. Ya. Nah, jadi Anda harus hati-hati dengan pada masa-masa pemilu. Nah, berikutnya, sekali ini terakhir ya, sebelum kita masuk ke yang berikutnya, terakhir. Ini mikroekonomik, saya nggak masuk sini. Ini mikro. Oke, terakhir. Dengan demikian, macroeconomic is the study of the economic as a whole. Dan isunya apa? Income in general, change in the overall price level of price, and the unemployment rate. Jadi nanti kita akan banyak membahas tentang ketiga isu ini, teman sekalian. Pendapatan nasional, inflasi, dan pengangguran. Ya. Karena ketiga isu ini adalah isu yang sentral dalam ekonomi makro. Dan macroeconomics attempts to explain the economy and the devise policies to improve the performance. Jadi tidak hanya sekedar Anda tahu masalah, how to solve this problem. Karenanya kita nanti belajar tentang bagaimana tentang policy, kebijakan nanti ya, berikutnya. Berikutnya, economists use different models to examine different issues. Nanti kita akan belajar bagaimana Anda menghitung nanti dengan berbagai macam kemungkinan-kemungkinan. Adanya praktikum nanti di sana fungsinya untuk memberikan sebuah analisis secara teknis, begitu kira-kira. Yang terakhir, nomor 4 ini mikro ya, kita nggak bahas ini. Nomor 5, macroeconomic events and performance arise from many microeconomic transactions. So, macroeconomic uses many of the tools of microeconomics. Nah, kita bahas tentang bagaimana tentang harga, ya, dan juga tentang produksi, tapi nggak terlalu banyak. Oke, ini sekedar pengantar. Ada pertanyaan atau ada diskusi? Silakan, teman sekalian. Any questions, sisters and brothers? Kalau tidak ada, saya lanjut lagi ke ini konsepnya. Ya, circular flow. Coba Anda kalau perhatikan di sini, teman sekalian, ini adalah sebuah konsep yang sekarang sedang marak di dunia internasional. Anda bisa searching di internet ya tentang circular flow concepts. And in the macroeconomic theories, ya, we are given two sectors, household and firms. Kita mengasumsikan ada dua aktivitas, rumah tangga dan perusahaan. Sebelah kiri, household ini sebagai penyedia sumber-sumber faktor produksi, as the providers of the factors resources, such as land and labors. Yeah. And the right-hand side, the firm, as the producers of the economic sectors. Ya, ada goods and services. Stepnya bagaimana secara kerjanya? Pertama adalah dari sebelah kiri dulu. Jadi household ini, teman sekalian, ini sebagai sektor yang penting sebelum terjadi produksi. Artinya kita pendekatannya adalah pendekatan demand side, bukan supply side. Jadi adanya supply karena ada demand, jangan terbalik. Anda berjualan diri atau dimanapun Anda berjualan karena ada permintaan. Kalau nggak ada permintaan kan rugi. Artinya perspektifnya adalah perspektif demand side from household. Dari household ini, maka Anda sebagai rumah tangga, Anda menyediakan yang namanya apa? Labors, yang warna biru ini. Anda sebagai labor providers kepada perusahaan. Ya. Nah, setelah perusahaan mendapatkan labors, maka perusahaan ini akan memproduksi barang dan jasa. Produce goods and services, masuk kepada household. Nah, kemudian ketika dia masuk ke sini, maka household dia artinya ada pembelian di situ. Expenditures, pengeluaran di sini. Ya. Masuk kepada firms. Dan firms ketika menerima expenditures daripada Anda, maka dia akan mengalirkan income karena Anda sudah bekerja kepada household. Apa artinya? Artinya adalah apa yang household ini berikan kepada firms itu sebagai sumber daya ekonomi. Dan apa yang firms berikan kepada household ini sebagai pendapatan ekonomi. Nah, di sini Anda bisa simpulkan bahwasannya sentra utama pergerakan ekonomi dalam skop yang kecil itu sejatinya adalah individu. Kalau individunya dia produktif, bergerak, maka ekonomi akan berputar. Dan sebaliknya, kalau individunya ini tidak bergerak, unproduktif, menganggur, tidak punya income. Efeknya apalah? Perusahaan tidak memiliki cukup sumber daya untuk berproduksi, dan perusahaan tidak punya cukup energi untuk mendapatkan income. Karena household-nya tidak memiliki pendapatan. Nah, coba Anda sekarang coba kaitkan dengan kondisi saat ini Indonesia. Dengan penerapan PSBB itu. Maka fokusnya adalah sebenarnya di individu sini. Dilema di sini pemerintah. Apakah ini akan diistirahatkan atau tetap akan dipekerjakan? Ya kan? Kalau dipekerjakan, maka efeknya adalah ekonomi berputar. Perusahaan akan berputar, namun dilemanya adalah ada pandemik. Kalau tidak dipekerjakan di sini, perusahaan tidak bergerak, pandemik tidak beredar. Jadi ada semacam dilema, trade-off. Ya. Nah, itulah kira-kira nanti yang kita akan diskusikan. What are the policy in response to the condition of productive and unproductive human resources, kaitannya dengan ekonomi makro. Ya. Dalam konsep circular flow ekonomi. Ada diskusi, silakan teman sekalian sebelum saya lanjutkan. Ada pertanyaan. Any discussions, please, sisters and brothers? Ada diskusi lagi? Nggak ada?
No, sir.
Oke. Nampaknya siang-siang ya, lelah sekali nampaknya saya lihat ini. Oke. Kondisi siang di rumah ya, sambil santai ya, ini memang luar biasa perjuangan ini ya. Oke, kalau tidak ada ya, Anda silakan membuka first meeting di sana ya. Dan di sana Anda ada yang namanya kuis 1. Ya, kuis 1 di sana. Coba sekarang Anda saya beri waktu untuk memahami kembali konsep circular flow yang ada digambar di situ ya. Kemudian Anda kerjakan kuis 1 itu dalam waktu sesuai dengan yang ada di sana, tinggal diklik aja seperti biasa. Ketik nama Anda, ini masuk ke penilaian pertama. Kuis 1 ya. Oke, saya beri waktu Anda sampai jam 2:30 ya, tidak masalah, sampai Anda selesai kuis 1. Tapi selalu Anda silakan bisa diskusi bukan diskusi, Anda sambil memahami kembali yang sudah saya jelaskan. Silakan teman-teman sekalian, sampai 2:30 kita lanjut lagi sebentar lalu kita tutup ya. Silakan. Tes 1 Anda kerjakan. Setelah itu kuis 1.
sir. Mr. Dimas.
Have you finished?
No, I can't join the course.
Okay, sorry. What do you mean?
I can't join the course.
Yes, please, you can join the course. Any
No,
problem?
No,
I mean
sir. Same with
in
me.
my class website, I can enter the macroeconomic course.
We haven't key in.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who I think viral you can just for those who cannot access the my class, please just send me the email. I will just include you after this. Doesn't matter.
Pardon, sir?
You can send me
Yeah.
your email, your UMY email to my WhatsApp number. I will just invite you through your email then.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
So for those who cannot enter the my class because not yet key in, doesn't matter. You just send me your UMY email. I will just invite you quickly.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Okay, dear brothers and sisters, I think all of you have already done the quiz 1. I have seen here we have around 14, 14 or 14 students, and I cannot show you the result, but the highest one is Astin Prasasti, so you almost correctly answered 80%. It means that you correctly answer 8 out of 10. And the second one is Arind. And the last one is Fira. Fira. Okay. The next one, system brothers. Please see the next one. The next one is the assignments. I'll show you the assignment now. Okay, you see in the class meeting, you see the please share your personal response there. If you click there, sisters and brothers, I have put there a short essay pertaining with the issue of the circular flow economy, and I have already written some words there, and could you please just read that one? And you are requested to share your views, give a response. What do you think pertaining the essay? Do you agree or not, and why? Please just write down in the minimum 500 words, and submit to us in the next 7 days. Very easy. Very small essay. Just want to see and know your thoughts regarding with the short essay. And the next one, in terms of the attendance, I don't know. I cannot see the attendance in your my class. I will reset again and inform you later. Once the attendance has been settled. For this first meeting, I will help you to mark your attendance based on the Microsoft Teams attendance list. So for the others material here who cannot be seen there, I will just recheck again. And shortly I will inform you back. Okay, any other response, questions, sisters, brothers, before we end the session, the first class meeting sessions? Any response, questions, or suggestions? Silakan. Demas, any question, Demas?
No, sir. It's clear.
Demas fotonya kok itu masa kecil ya?
Iya.
Ya, nggak apa Dimas ya. Itu kenangan itu ya. Oke, lainnya ada pertanyaan? Burhan kayaknya fotonya juga lagi di tempat olahraga. Ada pertanyaan Burhan?
Tidak, Pak.
Oke lah, kalau tidak ada ya teman sekalian, karena ini pertemuan pertama, ya Anda juga masih proses adaptasi dan saya juga proses adaptasi, ya. Silakan nanti Anda langsung menyesuaikan dengan my class, ya. Dan saya akan berusaha untuk melengkapi dan menyempurnakan konten my class, ya, sehingga Anda tidak merasa bingung atau merasa beban, ya, ketika mempelajari my class itu, ya. Ya, jadi untuk pertemuan pertama ini silakan Anda membaca kembali saja ya. Nanti untuk attendance-nya saya akan bantu untuk klikkan attendance-nya karena sudah ada listnya di sini ya. Nah, untuk yang lain-lain yang belum muncul di my class Anda, saya coba konsultasikan dengan PIC my class ya. Barangkali apa yang saya salah setting sehingga tidak muncul di tempat Anda ya. Baik, ada pertanyaan kira-kira sebelum kita akhiri. Jadi untuk attendance-nya itu tidak ada yang berupa offline ya, hanya berupa online saja. Ya, untuk yang pertama ini saya bantu untuk mengklikkan, mencentangkan semuanya. Ya. Untuk pertemuan minggu depan, sebagaimana yang sudah nanti saya tampilkan di My Class, ya, nanti saya akan sampaikan kepada Anda, termasuk juga praktikumnya seperti apa. Ya, nanti kita buat lebih menarik dan lebih details lagi. Ya. Baik, ada pertanyaan? Any question so far, sisters, brothers? Sebelum kita akhiri pertemuan pertama. Mbak Adinda, ada pertanyaan? Mbak Adinda, ada respon?
Sudah, Pak.
Sudah ya. Mas Aldin, ada Mas Aldin? Sekalian saya absen ini, apakah masih on atau
Ya,
tidak?
saya tuh kuisnya nggak bisa masuk, Pak, tadi, Pak.
Oh, kenapa Mas Aldin nggak bisa buka? Perasaan tinggal diklik aja kan?
Ya, kalau dibuka langsung itu, apa, keluarnya yang podium, Pak. Udah selesai itu loh, Pak.
Dicoba lagi nggak bisa?
Enggak, Pak. Tetap masuknya kayak gitu, Pak.
Oh, itu. Ya udah, nanti kalau khusus Anda nanti ya, saya kasih kelonggaran ya nanti, karena ini pertama ya, karena
Oh, iya,
Anda
Pak.
belum pernah pakai Kahoot mungkin. Coba ke depannya Kahootnya coba dicek lagi, Mas. Ya, karena lainnya bisa, tapi nggak apa-apa. Saya
Masih,
kasih
Pak.
kelonggaran.
Nggak bisa ya tadi.
Oke, Pak. Ya. Mas Arik, ada aspirasi Mas Arik. Mas Arik, ada aspirasi, ada pertanyaan?
Ayo,
Insya
Mas.
Allah tidak, Pak.
Tidak ada ya, oke. Burhan, ada Burhan?
Ya, ada, Pak.
Ada. Oke, Burhan. Anda masih di kampung halaman, Burhan?
Ya, masih.
Oke. Dimas, terakhir? Sagita?
Ya, Pak.
Ada pertanyaan, Mas Dimas?
Aman, Pak.
Oke. Elvina,
Iya, Pak.
ada pertanyaan, Mbak? Ada aspirasi?
Tidak ada, Pak.
Belum ya? Oke. Mbak Fatwa, ada? Mbak Fatwa?
Belum mungkin, Pak.
Belum ya. Mas Feral, ada?
Sudah cukup, Pak.
Cukup ya. Kayaknya lelah sekali Mas Feral ini. Ya.
Enggak, Pak.
Oke, Mbak Masya Faru. Ada Mbak Masya? Oke, lagi off kayaknya ya. Oh, ada. Ada Mbak Masya? Oke, belum ada. Tidak ada suaranya. Oke, Mbak Murini. Ada pertanyaan,
Iya,
Mbak
Pak.
Murini? Ada masukan, saran,
Pak.
aspirasi? Belum ya?
Tidak, Pak.
Oke. Nana, Dwi. Ada Nana? Nggak ada. Natarina, Mbak Natarina.
Nggak ada pertanyaan, Pak.
Rifki, Kaisario.
Sudah cukup, Pak.
Kok lemes Rifki? Lelah sekali nampaknya Anda.
Rifki, kalau lelah.
Safira, Anissa. Ada Mbak Anissa?
Tidak ada, Pak.
Oke. Mbak Vira. Diniar.
Tidak ada, Pak.
Oke. Yuni, Titania.
Mungkin bisa diperslow lagi, Pak, kalau lagi menjelaskan gitu.
Gimana, Mbak?
Lebih di-slowkan lagi, Pak. Terlalu cepat mungkin.
Oh iya, baik. Saya terlalu semangat kayaknya. Ya, oke. Makasih Mbak Yuni masukannya. Berikutnya, Mas Taki Afesana.
Saya mau nanya aja sih, Pak.
Ya, gimana Mas?
Ini kan judulnya praktikal ya, Pak ya?
Iya.
Nah, praktikalnya dalam bentuk apa ya, Pak? Apakah tadi kuis tadi itu menjadi salah satu bentuk praktikalnya, atau memang nanti kita ada semacam project atau gimana, Pak?
Iya.
Makasih, Pak.
Makasih Mas Taki, ini pertanyaan yang bagus sekali. Jadi praktikalnya adalah nanti kita akan berikan Anda modul. Ya, modul nanti yang berisi bagaimana Anda bisa mempraktekkan sesuatu di luar pelajaran hari ini. Karena praktikum ini kalau seandainya kita lakukan di sini, 1 hari nggak selesai. Ya. Nah, jadi kita akan berikan praktikum nanti di luar jam kelas atau di luar jam pertemuan, begitu. Berupa apa? Nanti saya berikan Anda modul aja, jadi biar lebih clear. Ya, nanti ada semacam apa aktivitas-aktivitas di sana yang bersifat mengasah skills, begitu kira-kira ya. Jadi jangan dibayangkan praktikal ini di kelas kita selesaikan semua, nanti waktunya nggak cukup, begitu kira-kira Mas Taki. Jadi saya mohon waktu minggu depan, semoga modulnya sudah siap, nanti saya bagi lewat My Class, nanti Anda silakan menyesuaikan per pertemuan atau per minggu seperti itu Mas Taki. Ya.
Baik Pak, terima kasih Pak.
Ya, sama-sama. Baik, saya kira itu saja untuk kelas yang pertama ya teman sekalian. Ini kelas pendahuluan sebenarnya, tapi kita sudah masuk ke materi. Nggak masalah, kita ingin menghemat waktu ya. Jadi untuk minggu depan nanti kita akan lihat apakah kita perlu adanya pertemuan seperti ini lagi ya, atau cukup kita fokus pada My Class gitu. Nanti coba saya infokan lagi. Tapi pastinya semua aktivitas kita tercenter kepada My Class. Jadi nanti saya akan coba lengkapi My Class itu sehingga Anda bisa mengalir sendiri nanti prosesnya. Tidak harus menunggu minggu depan begitu ya. Fleksibel begitu ya. Baik, itu saja saya kira untuk hari ini teman sekalian. Terima kasih banyak atas waktunya ya. And hopefully next week we can meet again ya. And I will show you the next one what should be learned. And please also keep updating the My Class ya. And if you have any question and inquiries, please don't hesitate to contact myself, ya, either personally or by group. Ya, silakan. Oke, Mas Feral dan kawan kita akhiri dengan hamdalah bersama-sama. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Oke, see you next week, insya Allah. Terima kasih ya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Terima kasih Pak.
Ya, makasih semua ya.
Terima kasih Pak.
Ya, sama-sama.
Pak.